scientific and statistical understanding of Devi Parashakti's revelation on the cause of this and the solution of the pralaya, the deluge. So now all of us know that the current status of the world right now is more than 3.8 million deaths, 175.9 million confirmed cases, and the worst affected countries is US, India, and Brazil. And the COVID in India alone is the number of COVID cases is 29,510,410, and the number of COVID deaths is 374,305, and the number fallen into poverty since 2020 is 75 million plus. And India is suffering suicide and depression. All of you can see a report given by WHO, a WHO report, which mentions that 6.5% of the population is suffering from some form of mental illness, also with a suicide rate of 10.9 for every 1 lakh people. So suicide is one of the biggest
Diana? Sorry for the technical glitch. And we have a very special, exciting announcement. We will be having the live Devi Parashakti Akashic readings at 8 p.m. today. So please stay tuned for that. And we will continue on with this segment as we prepare to receive Devi Parashakti. Let us understand more deeply the revelations made by Devi Parashakti herself. So India is not just suffering from the ongoing global pandemic, but natural disasters have also been severely affecting the country, with the cyclone in Kerala just a few months back. And recently, the floods in Maharashtra have devastated the state. And as all of these natural disasters have been affecting the country and the ongoing pandemic, they're preparing for the third wave, which seems to be inevitable. So how could we have prevented all of this? How could we have avoided this? Let us listen to Devi Parashakti's revelation on the 31st of May 2021 and understand why this is happening.
வரை இந்தியா செல்ல வேண்டாமா என்று கேட்கின்றாய். நன்றாய் தெரிந்துகொள், சொல்வதைப் புரிந்துகொள். இந்த பெருநரகமான கிருமி போஜனம் இந்தியாவிற்குள் வரக்கூடாது என்பதற்காக 2020 பாரதம் முழுவதும் 12 ஜோதிர்லிங்கமும் பாத யாத்திரை செய்திடவே என் மகன் மூலமாய் திட்டமிட்டிருந்தேன். படுபாவிகள் ஓடத்தின் மாலுமியை ஊர்விட்டு துரத்தினார்கள். என்ன நடக்கிறதென்று பார். முறையாக கைலாய நாட்டின் தலைவனாக நிறை மரியாதையொடு நல் மதிப்பொடு என் நிஜாவதாரம் நித்யானந்தன் திருவடி மீண்டும் பாரதத்தில் பட்டு பாத யாத்திரை செய்த பிறகு மட்டுமே நீ அங்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். அதுவரை உன்னை காத்து செல்லாதே. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
So let us understand Devi Parashakti's revelations translated into English for this huge Girmi Bhojanam hell not to come to India. In 2020 itself, I had planned to do the Padayatra throughout India and the 12 Jyotirlingas through my son Swamiji. They chased the captain of the ship out of the country. See what is going to happen. Let us go back to 2017, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed the vision for this Padayatra that was to be taking place in 2020.
Want to do 1 year Padayatra specially for this purpose in 2020. 2020, planning for a full year. I'm going to walk from Rameshwaram to Amarnath. 1 year with 10,000 people, just walking all over India to spend time with people. 2020, there will not be any program other than Padayatra and just spending time with people. Just walking. Of course, 10,000 people will be walking with me. Maybe 200 vehicles to carry our food and all the other items, transportation. enjoying the river banks, forests, and time with nature. 10,000 people manifesting powers, walking from village to village. What do you think will happen? The scene of Buddhism spreading will be repeated now. How the Buddhism spread. 10,000 monks walking from village to village. What will happen? That's only monks. Here power manifesting 10,000 people. The whole village will be manifesting powers. Just want to enjoy India and let India enjoy me. So planning for next year Kumbh Mela 2019, next year January Kumbh Mela. Before that all the Balalayam, everything. Balalayam is going to be like the same structure outside with one stone tower, gold coated. It will be something like a 40 to 50 feet tall stone tower and 5 Rajagopurams, which will be something like 120 feet. This will be the Balalayam. And after the Mulalayam is built, this Balalayam will serve as a Utsava Murti Sannidhi, where the Utsava Murtis will be worshipped and where the Archanas. See, in the main temple, there will not be any Archana or anything, because just for Darshan itself, there will not be time. Like Tirupati, you can only have Darshan and Arati, the camp for Arati. No other worship is allowed in the main temple. Because 12 Abhishekam is going to happen, 12 Kala Abhishekams. So continuously the rituals will be going on. People can have only darshan. They will not be able to involve themselves in any ritual. Other than darshan, nothing else will be allowed. So all the archana, all the other offerings, like people will offer the archanas and other, everything will be done to the Utsava Murti, which will be kept in the Balalayam, the present Balalayam, present structure. So people can spend time here. That will be more like a main darshan. This will be like energy darshan, where you can give letter, get response. So by next year, the Balalayam will be ready. So 2019 full year, I will be conducting the programs and everything. 2020 will be the one full year Padayatra, walking. From next year Jayanti, means 2019's Jayanti to 2020's Jayanti. Full year, Jayanti to Jayanti will be Padayatra. Before that, we will make 10,000 people power manifestors. It will be sannyasi, brahmachari, grihastha, all put together. 10,000 people will be walking. What a scene it will be. I think that is the only way the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma can be done. I need to get into the ground where people can see me, where they are living. I can't be waiting for people to come where I am living. Now I am sitting in one place to prepare these 10,000 people and make this science completely user-friendly. For that only I am sitting and working. So I have given 2 years for me now, 2018 and 2019. So 2020, before that 10,000 people will be ready to walk with me, manifesting powers. We will literally solve every person's problem in every village. The way we are walking, the path, route we are taking, physical healing or mental healing, or it's a too big visualization. How will you visualize? What will happen if 10,000 power manifestors enter into a village and ask people, tell me your problem now, come on, let's sort it out. Understand, 1,200 years before in Tiruvannamala,
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed the vision for this Padayatra, that it would literally be like the seed of Buddhism spreading again. it would see a revival of Hinduism all over India. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was ready to go and meet people where they are, to give them solutions for every problem that they may be facing, where they are in their own homes. Literally every problem, whether it's physical problem, mental problem, emotional problem, psychological problem, whatever it is, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was ready to attend to the people where they are. And this Padayatra would be from Kanyakumari to Kashmir and would be along with 10,000 power manifestors. And this was the vision that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed to once again revive Hinduism in India. And since the age of 10, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been enriching people and preparing them for this Padayatra to save them from this pralaya, to revive Hinduism again, and to bring the super conscious breakthrough to humanity. And from that age, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been enriching and initiating the masses into the science of enlightenment through powerful discourses, initiations, and darshans. And over the next several photos, we'll see some of the various programs that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has conducted over the last 26 years. Here you can see in Vellore, Tamil Nadu, the miracles of existence. In Rasipuram, Tamil Nadu, what is the guru? What is the need for a guru? And in Namakkal, Tamil Nadu, the Society is Nothing But the Mind program. And in Salem, Tamil Nadu, the Nithyananda program. And the Nithyanandam program in Tirudi, Bangalore. The Birth Star celebrations in Tiruvannamalai. And the Jayanti celebrations in Adi Kailasa Satyakamita. In all of these photos, you can see how many people are joining from various backgrounds, various walks of life, and connecting so deeply with the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff. And the Jayanti celebrations at a school in Tiruvannamalai, the Nithyananda program in Tamil Nadu, the Guru Purnima celebrations in the Adi Kailasa Satyakamita, the Bhakti Spurana program, the Dhyana Spurana program, the Little Ananda program, which was a program specifically geared towards blessing the youth and bringing them the science of enlightenment. The Saptayagam program in Salem, Tamil Nadu, which was a series of homas conducted by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where he also guided 1,008 other people into the same homas. Here you can see the various photos of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism performing the homas, as well as guiding the disciples. And here is the Nithyananda program in Adi Kailasa Satyakamita. And finally, the Salem, the Nithyananda program again. And all of these photos, you can see how many thousands of people were in attendance for every program, how many people were blessed and individually attended to by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was continuously working tirelessly to bring a superconscious breakthrough to humanity, to do the re-energizing process, to prepare them for this Padayatra, and to bring the superconscious breakthrough to humanity ultimately. However, the anti-Hindu elements made it nearly impossible for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to do the re-energizing process and to do the Padayatra across India by driving the supreme concept of Hinduism out of India. Let us listen to Devi Parashakti's revelation on the solution for this, revealed on the 31st of May, 2021.
வரை இந்தியா செல்ல வேண்டாமா என்று கேட்கின்றாய். நன்றாய்த் தெரிந்துகொள், சொல்வதைப் புரிந்துகொள். இந்த பெருநரகமான கிருமி போஜனம் இந்தியாவிற்குள் வரக்கூடாது என்பதற்காக 2020 பாரதம் முழுவதும் 12 ஜோதிர்லிங்கமும் பாத யாத்திரை செய்திடவே என் மகன் மூலமாய் திட்டமிட்டிருந்தேன். படுபாவிகள் ஓடத்தின் மாலுமியை ஊர்விட்டு துரத்தினார்கள். என்ன நடக்கிறதென்று பார். முறையாக கைலாய நாட்டின் தலைவனாக நிறை மரியாதையொடு நல் மதிப்பொடு என் நிஜாவதாரம் நித்யானந்தன் திருவடி மீண்டும் பாரதத்தில் பட்டு பாத யாத்திரை செய்த பிறகு மட்டுமே நீ அங்கு செல்ல வேண்டும். அதுவரை உன்னை காத்து செல்லாதே. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
And Devi revealed that only when the supreme concept of Hinduism is received back in India with great respect and reverence as the head of Kailasa nation and is able to perform the Padayatra and the re-energizing process of the 12 Jyotirlingas, only then we will see this Pralaya end in India. And as we look around, we see so much of destruction, so much of suffering, and we can understand what the great rishis of the Vedic civilization had forewarned as this Kali Yuga. And the Kali Yuga is described as the worst of the 4 yugas, where man will be his own worst enemy. And sage Vyasa echoes this, stating, this Kali Yuga is the worst of the 4 yugas in all the world. People are sinful and forget the dharma of the 4 varanas and the 4 ashramas. In fact, men are so sinful that no prescribed penance atones for their great sins. The only place which is free from such sins is the great sacred city of Varanasi, the Mahapuri. And the Kurma Purana continues on and states that Lord Rudra, Paramashiva himself, is the avatar for the Kali Yuga. And the translation of this verse, Brahma is the presiding divinity or Devata for the Krita Yuga, the first cycle of time. In the Treta Yuga, the second cycle of time, it is Bhagavan Ravi, in which appeared Sri Rama. In the Dvapara Yuga, the third cycle of time, the presiding divinity is Vishnu. And in the Kali Yuga, the fourth cycle of time, the current age, the presiding divinity, the avatar, is Rudra, Lord Maheshwara, Mahasadashiva himself. And out of his deepest compassion to protect humanity, Paramashiva himself descended into the human form in the Nijavatara of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, on the 2nd of January, 1978. And if Paramashiva himself had waited even one more year to take the human form, it would have been too late for humanity. So let us listen to the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself, Swamiji himself, revealing about this.
And I tell you, oh Hindus, don't be afraid. I am back with the same science. We are going to be rich. It is not lost. Just the last minute climax. Before it was going to be put off, have happened. (1979) would have been late. 1979 would have been late. If I had time, I would have sent only ambassadors. Because no time, I have to get up and come directly. O Hindus, feel blessed. Science is not dead. It is available. I have everything needed to bring that science back to life and establish its legitimacy.
And the Avatar's advent on planet Earth was to protect the world from this great cosmic deluge and bring them to the new age, the Satya Yuga. So let us listen to Devi Parashakti herself revealing about this.
ஓம் ஓம் உலக மக்களே கேளுங்கள். கலி முற்றி கலி கழிந்து புதுயுகம் சத்தியயுகம் புறப்பட வேண்டிய காலம் வந்ததனால் வந்திருக்கின்றது இந்த பெரும் பிரளயம். கவலை வேண்டாம் மக்களே. நித்யானந்தன் வடிவம் தாங்கி நாமே இங்கு வந்திருக்கின்றோம். நித்யயுகம் செய்வோம். நித்யயுகம் சத்தியயுகமாய் மலரும் இங்கு. ஆனந்தமாக இருங்கள்.
And the translation of Devi's revelation. People of the world, listen, Kali Yuga has matured, and over time it has come for Satya Yuga to happen. So this great pralaya has come. Don't worry, people, in the form of Nithyananda, I myself have come here. I will make Nitya Yuga. Nitya Yuga will blossom as Satya Yuga. Be blissful. For this huge Hell Kirmi Bhojanam not to come to India in 2020, I had planned to do the Padayatra throughout India in the 12 Jyotirlingas through my son Swamiji. And to prepare for this, the Avatar began the Padayatra at the age of 10. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism began enriching people one person at a time with the truth from the sacred scriptures and the secrets of higher living. And even at the young age of 14, all of the classmates of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism recall the yatra where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism led them from Gudiyatham, Tamil Nadu to Tiruvannamalai, the birthplace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and a huge pilgrimage site. And when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was just 19 years old, all the fellow monks at the Ramakrishna Math remember the Yatra, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism led them from Chennai, Tamil Nadu to Tiruvannamalai and gave them an unforgettable pilgrimage trip experience. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continued walking the length and breadth of India, enriching more and more people and preparing each one until the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism founded the international mission, the Nithyananda Sangha, on the 31st of December 1999 to revive Kailasa internationally. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the first Kailasa enlightenment ecosystem in Tiruchengood, Tamil Nadu on the 14th of April 2001. And here you can see the photo of the inauguration day when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was just 23 years old. And the Avatar continued his Vijayatra all over the world to enrich people from various backgrounds. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's intensity and dedication for the people resonated even among crowds where most of the audience did not even speak English. Each one still deeply connected with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings and his mere presence, and were moved to tears. And in 2004, the Avatar led his disciples on the first Himalayan Yatra, visiting temples, delivering satsangs, and initiating them into the superconscious breakthrough. And subsequently, the Avatar have personally organized and led yatras yearly and guided individual souls not just to physical spiritual sites, but to supernal spiritual realms. In 2006, the Padayatras were taken to the next level with the Gura and Nithyanandeshwari, who traveled from city to city, blessing each being who laid eyes on them. So let us now watch the video from the Kodikand Rathayatra in 2006, and you can see how much each being is radiating from just being in the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And the Kodikand Rathayatra culminated with the consecration and inauguration of the Garbha Mandir, the sanctum sanctorum of Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva and Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti, and the Swayambhulinga in Adi Kailasa Satyakapita in Bangalore, India. And these deities were energized as Archavataras to radiate the energy of Paramashiva and Parashakti to create Adi Kailasa Sarvatiyampitham as a shift to save humanity from this upcoming pralaya. And in 2008, the Avatar and the Supreme Concept of Hinduism created innumerable spiritual energy centers across India as safe havens during this, to save people during this great deluge. And here are just three of these Sarvajnapitas. The Kailasa is in Tiruchendur, the Adi Kailasa Sarvajnapitam in Bangalore, and the Kailasa in Hyderabad. And in 2008, the Avatar created and energized the Nithyananda Vaidya server with the Anandalingam, which would protect anyone who bathes in its waters from the deadly COVID-19 disease, as it is a Navapashana Linga, which means that it has so much of healing properties. So let us watch the video of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism doing the Abhishekam and energizing the Anandalingam.
जनमस्सहस्राक्षाय च चतुर्धन्वने जनमो गिरिशाय च विविष्टाय जनमो मीढुष्टमाय च शुमते जनमो क्रस्वाय च वामनाय जनमो बृहते च वर्षीयते जनमो वृद्धाय च संवृद्धने जनमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय जनम आशवे च जिराय च नम शीघ्रियाय च शीघ्राय च नम ऊर्म्याय च वस्वन्याय च नम स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय च परजाय च नमो मध्यमाय च पगल्भाय च नमो च घन्याय च बुद्ध्याय च नमः सोभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्रोप्याय च वसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय च आशुरथाय च नमः शूराय च वभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरुथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो दुष्टवे च प्रवृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने च शुधिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णे च वेजा इधिने च नमस्काय उधाय च सुधन्वने च नमस्कृत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूप्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईर्ध्याय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ओम नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमस्ताम्राय च अरुणाय च नमः शंगाय च वशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शंभवे च मयोभवे च नमः शंकराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आदार्याय च लाद्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नमः ईरण्याय च प्रपत्याय च नमः किगंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुनस्तये च नमो गोष्ट्याय च गृह्
And in 2009, the Avatar held another Kodikan Radayatra and garnered international attention by creating a movement where lakhs of Hindus were once again embracing Hinduism. So let us watch a short clip of that Padayatra.
போல நின்பதம் கண்ட என் மனோ நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே நின்முகம் நீனைந்து இங்கு நிர்மலமாகவே ஆனதே இதய சக்கரம் அனகதமும் இனிமையோடு திறந்ததே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே மற்ற மற்றவர் கண்டு மறைகள் எல்லாம் கழன்று விசுத்தி அதுவும் அசுத்தியாய் பொறாமையோடிங்கு ஏக்கத்தோடப்பா புண்ணியம் எல்லாம் போனதே எரிந்தவயிரும் ஏக்கமும் சேர்த்து விசுத்தி அசுத்தியானதே விசுத்தியை தீர்க்க விமலனின் பதம் விரைந்து இங்கு வரவேணுமே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்ய சத்குரு நித்யனே ஆமை பூகுந்த எண்ணகந்தீனை பொறாமை பூகாது காக்கவே
And wherever the avatar's feet have graced the planet Earth, there the seeds of super consciousness have been sown. And the Supreme Pontificate Hinduism has established over 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems across the globe that have enriched and enreached more than 1 billion people. And in the next several photos, we will just go through some of the various enlightenment ecosystems that the Supreme Pontificate of Hinduism has created to bless people and to bring the superconscious breakthrough to humanity and guide them through this pralaya. So the first is the Kailasa and Erode, the Adi Nithyananda Paramashivam. And then we have the Adi Kailasa Satipita in Bangalore, India. Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai. The Kailasa in Columbus, Ohio. The Kailasa in Los Angeles, California. The Kailasa in San Jose, California. The Kailasa in Seattle, Washington. The Kailasa in Houston, Texas. The Kailasa in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Kailasa in New York. The Kailasa in Washington, D.C. The Kailasa in Toronto, Canada. The Kailasa in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The Kailasa in Phoenix, Arizona. The Kailasa in St. Louis, Missouri. The Kailasa in Oman. The Kailasa in Dubai. The Kailasa in London, UK. The Kailasa in Scotland. The Kailasa in Netherlands. The Kailasa in Slovakia. The Kailasa in Belgium. The Kailasa in Luxembourg. the Kailasa in Austria, the Kailasa in Germany, the Kailasa in Italy, the Kailasa in France, the Kailasa in Switzerland, the Kailasa in Mauritius, the Kailasa in South Africa, the Kailasa in Salem, the Kailasa in Hosur, the Kailasa in Patnam, the Kailasa in Varanasi, the Kailasa in Rajapalayam, the Kailasa in Hyderabad, the Kailasa in Kerala, and the Kailasa in Gujarat, which is the Yogini Sarvajna Peetham, the Kailasa in Tiruvannur, the Kailasa in Alankulam, the Kailasa in Tambaram, Chennai, the Kailasa in Avadi, Chennai, and another Kailasa in Chennai, the Kailasa in Melbourne, Australia, the Kailasa in New Zealand, the Kailasa in Singapore, the Kailasa in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the Kailasa in Guadeloupe, South America. And all of these Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems were created by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to guide people through this Pralaya, to ultimately bring the superconscious breakthrough to humanity. And to ensure humanity survives, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism created the sovereign order of Kailasa with thousands of sannyasis, with no discrimination against caste, creed, or religion. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiated thousands of people into Nithyananda spiritual healing, who are actively healing millions of people all over the world. And 2,500 plus satsang centers, Padaka mandirs, and home temples operate as de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa. And the avatar has inspired millions to reclaim their Hindu-centric freedom, with thousands of padayatras that were conducted by the Hindu diaspora worldwide, honoring the hard work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the revival of Kailasa, while silently, unknowingly preparing for what was to come. And in 2017, devotees in Malaysia planned a padayatra and executed it successfully, with thousands participating and the dying Hindu population in Malaysia being reinvigorated. And for every major Hindu festival, devotees from across the globe have performed the padayatra out of their sincere devotion and love for the avatar. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has contributed over 26 years of humanitarian services to the world, serving over 1 billion free meals, organic, nutritious meals to people across the globe. And over 1 billion e-citizens have been enriched by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in 347 countries, in 347 cities in 196 countries across 6 continents. And the world's largest Hindu university, Nithyananda Hindu University, has been established in US, Canada, Slovakia, Switzerland, and Brazil. And over 1 billion views have been created on the world's largest digital nation, the Kailasa nation. And you can connect with us on the various social media platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, and many more. And you can also visit all of our websites, kailasa.org, nithyananda.org, nithyanandahinduuniversity.org, Kailasa TV, and Nithyananda TV. And you can also connect with us on the Enlighten app, which is an app exclusively to keep you constantly in the space of enlightenment, constantly hearing the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and constantly maintaining that high space. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made all of this available, has brought Kailasa completely online to guide people, to connect with people, to ensure that they are staying in a high space and guided during this pandemic. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been continuously conducting the Paramashivoham program to also ensure people are staying active, staying alive, and staying protected during the pandemic, and to ensure that they are still receiving that superconscious breakthrough despite everything that is happening in this world. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been continuously manifesting Devi Parashakti just for the purpose of healing, blessing, and guiding each one of us, and has created all of these various platforms, all of these various programs just for this purpose. So if you would like to become an e-citizen, you can visit kailasa.org and avail all of the benefits of that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been giving to the world. With this, we will be concluding this portion of the program and be moving into the next segment, which is the offering. So we will be hearing about the offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. So as we prepare for the live Parashakti Akashic readings happening at 8 p.m., let us get ourselves into the space to receive all of the blessings from Devi Parashakti herself. And these offerings will do just that. When you make an offering to the divine, you are opening up your space. You are allowing the divine energy to bless your life. See, Devi has been continuously manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism just for your blessings, for your healing to happen. And she will continuously manifest whether you make this offering or not. But only when you decide to open yourself up, to open your being up, will you be able to receive all of the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism manifesting Devi Parashakti. An offering is a giving of a divine gift of pure love, of devotion, of oneness, and it consists of 2 parts, the giving and the accepting. And only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. An offering is not made out of fear nor out of greed, but out of just your pure gratitude for the divine happening in your life. And when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the only purpose of your enlightenment. So let us understand the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti. states, moon-like face holding the Vedas in one hand, fire in eyes with lotus flower gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with the japamala, beautifully decorated with the jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani, and this is from the Moolagama Manonmani Dhyanam. And it continues on. I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes glowing like a moon and holding the Vedas, lotus and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. You will see in the next this segment, many of these offerings are made in gold. And this is not simply by coincidence. It is because gold has great significance in Hinduism. It is considered a divine element. And in the Atharva Veda, it mentions, triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. And gold is considered a divine element. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears or anyone who sees or even operates in its vicinity. And gold is present in all of our Hindu scriptures. You will see the Agamas, the Vedas, the Shrutis, the Smritis, the Itihasas, and the Puranas. In all the Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our very being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual feasts were offered in gold bricks. One was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses. One would offer the gold as the ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold, and the streets would have huge columns and huge archways of gold. Horses and cows were dressed in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold, and in the Rig Veda, and the river Sarasvati was called the Hiranyavartini in the Atharva Veda. And gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years. It is a divine element and it literally lasts forever. So the first offering that we can make to Devi Parashakti is through the e-hundi, which is just like any other hundi that you would go to in any temple. You can just drop a few dollars into that hundi whenever you go to any temple. You just make a small offering just to say, I love you and thank you for happening in my life. So you can do the same with this e-hundi. Kailasa has made this very easy for you to do the online e-hundi offering where you can just offer a couple dollars just to say, I love you to Devi, just to offer your devotion. And it is stated that Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fear. And if there's any fear in the minds of the devotees, it is Devi who is sure to remove that fear. And it is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in the autumn. And autumn is not the season autumn, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inward and the role of the divine becomes more prominent in our lives. And the need for Devi worship becomes much more strong. And Devi is described as the one who bestows happiness on all of her devotees. And you can be sure to receive all of the blessings and the happiness bestowed upon you by Devi when you make this offering out of your gratitude and out of your pure love and devotion to Devi Parashakti. And your name shall be chanted and offered during the puja to Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, which is the offering of a conscious resolution. And when you start any new endeavor, when you start any new project or stage of your life, you want to make sure that you set a conscious resolution. You set a strong sankalpa for what it is you want to manifest in your life. And when you offer this sankalpa chanting, you are receiving all of the energy and blessings upon your conscious resolution, upon your sankalpa from the divine cosmic mother herself, manifesting through the Nijavatara of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. And it is stated that the goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed to without any interest in anything gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. So when you make this offering to Devi Parashakti, all of your desires, all of your wishes will be fulfilled and you will attain that knowledge that leads you to salvation. And ultimately, you will also have all of the materialistic desires fulfilled. The next offering is the Sahasranama Suvarna Kasu, which is the offering of the gold coins inscribed with the 1,008 names of Devi Parashakti. And this offering of the 1,008 names of Devi Parashakti is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti herself. And Devi is described as Nama Parayana Prita, the one who likes the repetition of her various names. And these various names are not just the names of Devi Parashakti, they are the various aspects and all of the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti, whether it is her overflowing compassion. Sorry, we can go back to the previous slide, please. Whether it's her overflowing compassion, or whether it's her beauty, or whether it's her ability to give knowledge and all of the boons to her devotees. Devi has so many divine aspects and qualities. Sorry, if I could request the volunteer to go back to the previous slide. So Devi has so many beautiful divine qualities. And when you offer this, you will be blessed with all of the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. You will be receiving the blessings to have all of the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine qualities of Devi. And you can offer this in various sizes, in the $75 size, the $150 size, or the $251 size. And you can offer as many coins as you would like to Devi herself. And the next offering is the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. And Devi Meenakshi is known for her fondness of pearls. And she is described as the ocean of compassion. And the pearl represents the compassion of Devi Meenakshi. And it states that I bow down to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crowns has garlands of pearls, and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of the lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. And Devi Meenakshi manifested as as Devi Parashakti manifested the as Devi Meenakshi on planet Earth to revive Kailasa on planet Earth, to bring the superconscious breakthrough to planet Earth thousands of years ago, and to bring peace and bliss across the whole planet. And out of her deepest love, out of her deepest compassion for humanity, she manifested as in the physical form. And today, when you decide to offer this Mukta Anguti to the divine lotus feet of Devi Meenakshi, you will receive all of the compassion and blessings of Devi Meenakshi in your life. In all of your endeavors, you will receive her blessings, especially in your business endeavors. Sorry for the technical glitch. So this offering of the pearl ring blesses the Yajamana with the compassion and love of Devi Meenakshi, especially in all of your business endeavors. And the next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, which is the golden lotus. And the lotus has great significance in Hinduism. It is described in the Kamikagama that all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flower made of gold. So literally all of the rituals that we offer in Hinduism, the kalashas in the rituals should be wrapped or adorned in this golden lotus. And there are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship or meditating on the mudras and asanas using the lotus flower, lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, or the lotus petal. The lotus is a very divine flower, and the Shakti of Paramashiva is also called a lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is the lotus, and the disciple of the Paramashiva is also considered as a lotus, ready to bloom. So you can offer the golden lotus in any size that you wish and be blessed to have the state, the space, the powers, and the being of both Paramashiva and Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situation in your life. And the next offering is the Swarnameti, the gold toe ring. And it describes Devi's toes, that you lose brightness from the toenails, destroys the ignorance, the darkness of ignorance from the minds of the devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpower that of the lotus flower. So Devi's toenails have the power to destroy all of the ignorance from our lives. So when you offer the toe ring to Devi, adorning her sacred feet, you will be blessed to receive the blessings of all of your difficult aspects, all the difficult things in your life being removed, and being ultimately the ignorance from your life being removed, and the divine blessings of Devi Parashakti herself. And the next offering is the Swarna Mantika, the gold hairline jewelry. And the Mantika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully open. And it's stated that Devi, she who makes the nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. And the Varnamantika, if you offer that to Devi Parashakti, you will literally be able to open all of your chakras all the way till the Sahasrara, and sorry for the technical glitch. So as I was explaining, the Swarna Mantika, when you offer the Mantika to Devi, you will receive the blessings to achieve the blissful state overflowing in your being and the overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion. And the next offering is the Pratiksha Pada Puja, which is the most favorite offering of all the devotees and disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And if I could just request a volunteer to make the slides in full screen. All right, we can go back to the Pratiksha Pada Puja. And if you can just make the slides in full screen. So the Pratiksha Pada Puja is the most favorite offering of all of the devotees and disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. This is a beautiful offering to the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti just for your healing, for your blessings, to answer all of your prayers. And it's stated that Devi, the illuminating splendor of Devi's toenails, dispel the darkness of ignorance, and in the devotees prostrating at her feet defeat the lotus in beauty. And in the Saundarya Lahari, in Shloka 83, it states that the nails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestials who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is darkness, and in this stotram, tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of the devotees, and by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain the knowledge. So when you offer this Pratiksha Pada Puja at the feet of Swamiji, manifesting Devi Parashakti herself, you will be blessed with removing all of the ignorance from your life and attaining knowledge. And the Pratiksha Pada Puja is the most beautiful, most intimate offering that you can make to your Guru himself, who has manifested Devi Parashakti just for you, just to bless you and guide you through the full pralaya. So you can offer this Pratiksha Pada Puja today and receive all of the blessings and auspiciousness in your life from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, manifesting Devi Parashakti herself. And the next offering is the Vastra Seva. And when you offer the Vastra Seva, the